the biggest differences from playing college basketball to pro basketball?
Without question, Kevin, a couple of the biggest differences for me were the speed of the game and the quality of the players on the court. That was really something that I was aware of, but it hit me right between the eyes as I got going. And then the other thing was the travel and schedule. I hit a wall after about 60 games and was really a dead man walking for about 10 days before my legs came back and I finished that rookie season strong.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Dennis Rodman is out there with Bird. Then it's Russell. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Archibald in at the 1. And so it's Milwaukee with it. After the basket by Atlanta, Rodman sets a screen. Left side, Redick over George. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Tell you what, with the long-range game Redick has, you can sometimes forget how good his mid-range game is, too.
Here's Miller, and it's sent back by Russell. They get it back. It's stolen by Rodman. Here's Archibald. 23 points for him the last game against Boston. Russell a screen on Miller. Russell sets a screen for Redick. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Cannot give him that much room for mid-range. They got to feel lucky he didn't knock that one down.
Westbrook kicks to Miller. Back to Westbrook. Shot clock at 5. Releases. That's tipped, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Russell. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Westbrook kicks to Miller. Glenn a screen. George sets a screen for Miller. Clock at 4. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. George, that's a two-pointer. Good. And Miller gets the assist.
Hey, a nice calm disposition and demeanor is what helps George be as good and as special as he is. It allows him to maintain his concentration on the basket despite stifling defense.
Here's Archibald. And stolen by Miller. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness and the fearlessness there, Greg. I mean, very committed to getting the shot he wanted.
And the Bucks defense, not one of the strongest in the NBA, but they did a great job of creating turnovers. They didn't get a stop every time, but boy, they would often create offense with their defense.
Yeah, exactly. When you're not a strong half-court defensive team, being able to force turnovers and score off those can really be effective. And most teams are hard to guard in transition, and this Bucks team was exceptional in transition.
It's Westbrook with the drive. That one falls.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
No good from Bird.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
That one from long range. 6 points for money.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Here's Archibald. Just 5 on the clock. Shot off the screen.
Yeah, love the job they've done here to protect the paint.
I like the way they've kept them shooting jump shots. No coincidence to find them in the lead.
Here's Bird. Last game he had 28 points. Count it.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, not a lot of effort put forth on defense there. I mean, I think he's definitely got to play up on him more and off the screen in that situation.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here's Reddick. 17 points for him last game against Boston. Clock at 6. Here's Archibald. Money from the wing. Archibald's got 6 points. Atlanta leading by 4. At the top of the key, Len to the inside. Here's Pettit. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Bird outside. Rodman with a screen on George. Here's Bird. Banked in off the glass. Bird's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Westbrook kicks to Miller. From deep 3-point range, another 3 for Atlanta.
Now he's just showing off. With range like that, incredible.
Feeds to Reddick. The Bucks working the ball around. They set the pick. Offensive rebound. Russell. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Love's check in for Alex Len. So he gets them both. And if there's one thing the Hawks have hung their hats on, it's been their defense.
Very disciplined across the board. They take charges, they protect the paint, they do a great job with their communication. And even though they get their share of blocks and steals, I think they do a great job of avoiding those cheap fouls.
Now here's Westbrook. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Denver. Reddick with it. He dishes it to Bird. Rodman sends a screen. Back to Bird. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen. Got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
The 18-footer is right on the mark. Bird's got 6.
How about that? Reddick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his 3-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
Now, here is George. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Denver. He feeds it to Love. 4 on the shot clock. And the dunk by Love.
And you know what? When Paul George sees an open teammate, he doesn't hesitate. I mean, he quickly gets the ball out of his hands. It doesn't stick with him.
Rodman with a screen on Westbrook. Poked loose. Here's Archibald. No good that time. Westbrook with the nice D there. Good work defensively by Rodman.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Archibald. He's got 6. Second shot opportunity. Count it.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Miller against Reddick. There's the pick. For 3, Westbrook. Another miss by Westbrook. Bucks trail by 5. Here's Archibald. Bird outside. Screened by Russell. Bird kicks to Russell. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. He has 6.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Love with the screen for Westbrook. Off the pick. And it's sent back by Russell. And stolen by Russell. And here's Bird for 3. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
George sets a screen for Westbrook. They set the screen. A wide open look for Love. That's blocked by Bird. Reddick against Miller. Now Reddick. Hodman sets a screen. Here's Archibald. And another basket for Milwaukee. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Milwaukee.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Here's George following the bucket by the Bucks. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Here's Archibald. He's covered by Westbrook. Reddick passes to Archibald. Over Westbrook. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And it's a 4-point Bucks lead.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
You're exactly right. Halting the other team's run momentarily. Let's see what he comes up with now, Greg.
So both teams changing it up here. The dish to Lee. Young outside, passes it to Love. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the threes and the twos last season for Atlanta.
And they were focused on spreading the floor and getting good looks from three-point range. That was the key to their offense. They put in a lot of work on the perimeter.
The Bucks making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Milwaukee with the ball. Following the three by Atlanta. Archibald. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And the Hawks known for their equal opportunity drive and kick offensive style. But Greg, their three-point shooting percentage has cratered the last few seasons.
Yeah, and the way the league is going, that's something they'll have to fix. The free throw line, also an issue for this group. It's clear they're in search of more shooting.
Greg, the Bucks can be a fearsome defense when things are clicking.
And the Bucks will do it with several approaches. I mean, great numbers in terms of steals and blocks. They force a lot of turnovers with their pressure and ball hawking skill. It's just a matter of when the offense can catch up to the defense.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed, heel, showing no mercy in transition there, partner.
The quick, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Here's Kuzma. 29 seconds left here in the first quarter. Love against Russell. It's a pick by Love. Here's Young. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
Here's Sprewell. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And they make sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
Yeah, excellent execution that time, partner. Don't want to give the opponent any time to get them back.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we'll be back with you shortly. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
And listen, I have the utmost respect for JJ and Coach K and what they've done there. And listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and haven't gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kevin. I think it's about where he's going and what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
And you know what, Greg? It looks like they have an advantage there. I mean, I liked how they've made an effort, really a concentrated effort, to hit that glass.
They've got David Lee, also Kevin Love out there. And it's Vandeweghe in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in.
But that's the way to go if you've got good position.
Here's Sprewell, defended by Young. Tips it. Rebound Love. Looking at the last game for Milwaukee, it was a loss to the Celtics.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that one got away from them because for long stretches, they were the better team.
Well, if you only looked at the stat sheet, you'd have a hard time figuring out how they lost it. I mean, it was a case of a few small things, some of the intangibles that didn't go their way in the end.
And it's Sprewell missing. The Hawks trail by 3. Love the pass to Kuzi. Young outside. Here's Vandeweghe. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Screen by Jones. Finley the pass to Sprewell. Over Young. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
It sure is, Greg. It might be the strongest aspect of their offense here.
Here's Vandeweghe. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Denver.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Atlanta shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And they shot their free throws at a measly 73% clip over the course of last season.
And he can't hit the second. And Clark, you look around the NBA, which big men impress you with their ability to put up points from the high post?
Well, I think Blake Griffin, as he's established his jump shot and become more proficient in making that 15 to 17 footer. Karl Anthony Towns, one of the outstanding young players in the league, extremely versatile, can shoot it out to the three-point line, can post it, can make the mid-range shot. Aldridge is still one of the best mid-post players, but took a lot of criticism for his inability to dominate in the low post.
Right, you're right.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul, still early, and just one more will put him over the limit.
Alex Len's checked in for the Hawks. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Here's Kuzi. And here's Young. Shot clock at 6. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts, and a chance for one more here.
Yeah, he got whacked on that play. Young finishes and goes to the line.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And he deserves a lot of credit for what he was able to do at the line last year. 86% from the stripe.
Yeah, you know, that was one spot where they didn't have to worry about him at all. I mean, at the free throw line, he was automatic.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. The Bucks shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. First free throw is good.
And the Hawks in the last couple seasons with some roster turnover, established veterans departing, and now with Millsap leaving, they have embraced a complete rebuild.
Now, here is Young. He has 6. Pass to Vandeweghe. The turnaround jumper, and Jones pulls it down.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
And the Hawks traded Howard and lost Paul Millsap in short time. So the rebuild, it would appear, is on for Atlanta.
Yeah, and it seems like they feel good with how they've approached it. You know, you got to commit to turning things over and starting anew. And the Hawks have taken the first steps to building towards the future.
Here's Finley. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Picked by Lee. Young outside. To stop the run, he lays it in. Vandeweghe's got 7 points for the quarter.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
There's a screen. Here's Sprewell. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Archibald. Land with the block. Here's Vandeweghe. He's guarded by Finley. Screen by Lee. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Young.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Sprewell. Last game out, he had 14. Fast break, the Hawks. Here's Vandeweghe. Here's Lee. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
And there's the pass to the natural. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Sprewell, defended by Young. Got it. Good job in the low post. Sprewell's got 11 points.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
From 18 feet away, and the Hawks getting another basket right there.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. And this matchup with the Hawks, it's their first meeting of the season.
The game is the first of a 3-game season series for these clubs, both looking to take round 1.
And, Greg, the first time you face a team in the season, that's when you're looking to take that mental advantage. Demonstrate you're better, and that could make it easier down the road.
He came off the screen and finished with authority.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal. And that's exactly why you got to box him out, because when you don't, that's what happens. He burns you on the glass.
Here's Archibald. He's covered by Westbrook. Archibald passes to Reddick. No good from outside. Atlanta's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And George, here we go. And again, it's Atlanta.
Tell you what, Paul George has done a good job getting stronger since he's been in the league. And because of that, he doesn't mind seeking out contact. As a matter of fact, his new added strength gives him confidence as he seeks contact.
Shots good by Miller. Now it's a 5-point Hawks lead. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Atlanta?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
Here's Atlanta. They're on a 14-4 run. And George kicks to Westbrook. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. That's 7 points for Russell Westbrook.
Boy, I like seeing George serve up his teammates. He's an exceptional passer who can pick apart most defenses.
Screened by Russell. Reddick for 3. Hits the 3-point bomb.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc. And J.J. Redick with the prototype when it comes to his release point on that jump shot. So quick off the catch. Always has his feet set and squared and ready to deliver that dagger.
So it's the Bucks now. Paul George missing from long range. Redick dishes to Rodman. There's the 3. That That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Archibald.
That's the second long-range bomb in the quarter after a slow first period. He is on a roll.
Now here's Westbrook. He has 7. Floats one, and it's Russell with the rebound.
Unfortunately, his shot has been everywhere, all over the place. Can't buy a basket. However, his teammates got him covered.
Here's Bird. He's got 9. Redick passes to Bird. Screened by Russell. Redick with the 3. Redick can't get that one to fall.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it. Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
Really good point, Greg. I mean, you want to keep that balance, and attacking inside creates space for shooters, and having shooters creates opportunities inside, so it works hand in glove.
Now here's Bird. Russell, a screen on George. Kicks to Redick. There's the triple. Redick can't get that one to fall.
He's still fighting it, and sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. He's trying to get into rhythm, but right now he's playing hard, but he's hurting his team.
Here's Westbrook. He's got 7. He kicks it to Land. Got a piece of it. Trying to get back on track. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And when he squares up, his height makes him a tough assignment.
Yeah, and he knows how to utilize that size. He takes advantage of it. And that's why he's able to take his time on these shots, because he knows he has that extra height advantage.
And as Milwaukee continues to invest in the Bucks and this whole franchise, the upcoming stadium just one part of the equation. The team also starting their first year with an exclusive G League team.
Well, and that team is out in Oshkosh, Kevin, and should act as a really good resource for developing young players for the Bucks. I mean, a lot of teams have followed this trend, and the Bucks, they went from plan to action very quickly with that.
And he makes the first.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Atlanta making a switch here. Love's checked in. Both good from the line that time.
And, you know, last season the Bucks, showing their resilience as a team quite nicely, looked to be falling out of the picture in early February, but then came on strong to snag a playoff spot in the East.
Now, here's George. Love with the screen for George. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. George has got 6 points. Pass to Redick. Bird outside. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And George with this stuff.
Well, we've talked about, you know, George is athletic. He's long, and he's got really long arms, which helps him as a defender, and that allows him to clog up passing lanes and come up with steals, too.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
The Hawks leading by 6. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it's Love missing. Here's Archibald. He's got 20. And he banks in the layup. Archibald's got 22 points.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Hawks lead by 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, guys. Kevin, an ugly start to the game, but how did you guys come?
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports halftime
Welcome back,
show.
folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal. And after 2 quarters, it's Atlanta out in front. They are leading by 4. Kenny, what's your take?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy. And then they started to score baskets.
That's it for halftime. Glad you could join.
Welcome back to Atlanta as you get a look at the famous facade of Phillips Arena, home of the Hawks. The Hawks leading by 4 on the court for the Bucks. Bird out there with Dennis Rodman. Then there's J.J. Redick. Then it's Russell. And it's Archibald in at the point. Passes it to Pettit. Shot clock at 6. Here's George. And no good. Nice D from Russell. The Bucks shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Three-pointer, Bird. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
It's good on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else's.
Tried to bank it in, but he misses. The Hawks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And George kicks to Westbrook. Pettit, the second chance points on the tip in. Pettit's got 8 points.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Bird, great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Bird's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
Bucks trail by 3. Outside, Redick, back to Bird. Screened by Russell. Offensive rebound. Misses the layup. Hawks have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. George with the ball. Now guarded by Redick. Bucket is good. He's got 10.
Boy, George is excellent at getting busy from the in-between spots of the floor. Really fleshing out and balancing out, rounding out his offensive game.
To the middle and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. And we take a look here at the shot chart for Milwaukee.
And looking at this shot chart, you can't help but feel that this entire team has played passively on offense. There has been little to nothing going on at the rim or in the paint for that matter. And when you don't attack the defense and put pressure on them down low, you are making life far too easy on them.
Archibald passes to Bird. Screened by Russell. Now here's Bird. He's guarded closely. That's in, and he's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Here's Pettit. No good. Shot missing. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Here's Archibald. 22 points for him. They get it back. Here's Rodman. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Fast break, Milwaukee. Here's Archibald. Good. And it's Bird picking up the assist. Now just a 1-point Hawks lead.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Redick.
And a brief check of the stats for George. Last season, he played outstanding. He averaged about 23 points a game last year, 6 rebounds and 3 assists. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Young outside. Here's Vandeweghe. Bird covering. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Hawks?
But they're rebounding. They've given themselves a lot of second chances, and it's really helped them.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
The Hawks making a switch here. Lee's checked in. On the wing, Bird. Here's Archibald. 24 points for him. Over Kuzi. It's good. And the Hawks lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Archibald.
Oh, great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Yeah, he knew he had him beat, Greg. I mean, that was clear. Took advantage of the space he had and then calmly and quietly drained it from the mid-range. That's good basketball.
Vandeweghe. Here's Lee. That's blocked by Bird. Now Finley. Pass to Archibald. For the tie. And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession. Kevin Love's checked in for the Hawks. The Bucks also with the sub. Jones is checked in. There's the feed to Russell. And the ball goes out of bounds. It's touched by Love. Here's Finley. The Hawks leading. And stolen by Russell. Here's Archibald. He's got 26. The pass to Sprewell. Over Young. And it's Sprewell missing.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. Looked like he forced the shot.
Baseline jumper. Rebounded by the Bucks. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Atlanta shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Young outside. It's a pick by Love. 6 on the shot clock. To the paint. Cuts off the pass. Here's Archibald. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Young outside. Pass to Kuzi. Dishes to Love. And he gets it to go from the high post. And the Hawks lead by 4. Clark, a lot of former players had a specific instance when they knew they were special, the way they played the game of basketball. Did you ever have a moment like that where you realized that you could make it as a player?
Yeah, there was a time when that became more realistic to me, Kevin. And I grew up in Cleveland, and during the summers, a lot of the Cleveland Cavaliers would stay in the area and play pickup basketball to stay in shape. And I got a chance to bump heads with a lot of those guys, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow, Austin Carr, Dingo Smith, Mike Mitchell. And I was only 15, 16 years old. And while those guys were going at half speed, it gave me the encouragement that I might be able to get to where they were if I continued to work hard and stay healthy. So at 15 or 16, during one of those summers, I began to realize that I might have a chance to realize the dream of being an NBAer.
And the rejection by Love. Pass to Kuzi. Here's Vandeweghe. Rebounded by the Bucks. Russell's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see. You can ill afford to put a smaller defender on him. I mean, especially from the mid-range. You're asking for trouble.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Kevin Love. He's coming off an excellent season. 8th in rebounding. And he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
He was a top 10 rebounder last season for good reason. He's an incredibly intense guy to compete with. And for a full game, too. I mean, just nonstop. Bird against George. Screened by Russell. Pass to Archibald. Over Kuzi. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
It's a pick by Love. Miller outside. The rebound by the Bucks. Bird's got 3 rebounds now in this one. The pass to Finley. Good. And it's Bird picking up the assist. And it's a 3-point Bucks lead.
No excuse for that kind of defense. I'm positive they're upset about that.
Bird against George. Looking to end the run. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And you think back to the terrible broken leg Paul George suffered in the summer of 2014, Clark. How great has it been to see him back in peak form over the last couple seasons?
Oh, it's really been fantastic because I got to know PG in my time with the Pacers. He was drafted back in 2010 and obviously relieved that he's been able to get back to this level, put in a ton of work. And to see how quickly he bounced back to elite level player, I think that's the thing that's most remarkable to everybody.
Here's Finley. Banked in off the glass. Finley's got 5 points in the quarter.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Here's George. Count it, and the foul. It's on Larry Bird.
Boy, a nice show of strength that time from Paul George, absorbing the hit and still carving out space to get the shot to go down.
Atlanta making a switch here. Westbrook's checked in. J.J. Redick's checked in for Milwaukee. Feeds it to Rodman. Pass to Finley. For the 3, and another 3 for Milwaukee.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. It's really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
The turnover total in the first half, only 1, but a totally different story here in the second.
Redick against Westbrook. Passes it to Finley. No good on the 3. The Hawks trail by 3. Miller dishes to Westbrook. He feeds it to Love. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 4 assists in the game.
Boy, Love is really good at getting inside the paint, establishing position, has an excellent feel for how to score around the basket.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Atlanta gets it back in a new 24. That gives them the lead. Pettit's got 4 points this quarter. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Great open look there. And the Bucks lead by 2.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Now, here is Miller. He's guarded by Finley. It's a pick by Love. Here's Pettit. An amazing shot, just barely beat the buzzer!
That is as big a shot as you are ever going to see.
And guys, he wanted it. He desperately was begging for that ball and was dying to take that shot.
Tie game in Atlanta. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Let's listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team in the huddle.
Let's get a stop. Let's play out of motion. Let's run them. Let's play at our pace.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. The Bucks shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. We've got Kevin Love, Russell Westbrook out there with Miller. Then it's Paul George, and it's Pettit in at the power forward position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
Well, I think the defense got really lucky there. I mean, you can't afford to give up wide open shots from deep.
And the Bucks with possession here. Pass to Finley. Screen by Russell. Shot from free throw range. And Finley gets it to go. Finley's got 10 points here in the second half.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
Bennett, the pass to George. Lets it go from the wing. Bullseye. George has got the game tied up here for the Hawks.
Well, when you start counting the ways that George can score, it's really impressive. There's so many different things he does to get the ball in the basket. And when you're defending him, it's really a matter of picking your poison.
Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
Oh, no, you hate to see that. Those are just the kind of errors that can cost you in a game like this.
They set the pick. George double-teamed. Stolen by Bird. Here's Finley, defended by George. Westbrook against Reddick, and the pass to Finley. Screen by Russell. 5 on the clock. And here's Bird from the arc. It's good from long range. Bird's got 22.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play. So we'll see Russell Westbrook go to the line here. Dennis Rodman picks one up. Lenz checked in for Atlanta. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Bucks.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt to be on fire from beyond. They have been really good from the three-point line.
Russell, a screen on George. Off the pick. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
Efficiency has been the hallmark right now down the stretch. He is making the most of his opportunity.
It's a pick by Love. Westbrook kicks to Love. Over Rodman, so he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Bird dishes to Russell. Great play by Bird to set it up. And the Bucks lead by 2.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Here's Love, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
You know, the defense was on the shooter, but in the end, sometimes you just have to tip your hat to better offense.
And Reddick kicks to Bird. The dish now to Reddick. Screen by Russell. Pass to Archibald. Over George. Here's Rodman. Right through the D for the layup.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
Yeah, it's finishing your defense, Greg. We know that. You can defend, then you got to rebound the miss, and you got to get to the glass with intensity.
Len's shot is off. The Bucks have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Shot's good from Bird.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Yeah, and Greg, you know the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team.
Yep, that one goes in there. Archibald's got the lead up to 7 now for the Bucks.
Great basketball from him, Kevin. A commanding performance, helping add to the lead this quarter.
Westbrook kicks to Love. He dishes it to Miller. It's a pick by Love. And here's George for 3. And that's collected by Bird. Milwaukee leading by 7. To the middle. Here's Rodman. And it's sent back by George.
Well, I tell you what, Paul George is so tough on defense. Love the way he gets after people. He's excellent at staying in the play as well as staying in his stance so he can come up with rejections and deflections.
The shot's good from Westbrook.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
Yeah, he's really calm in these situations. Simply takes his time in tight spots. You got to be patient, and he is playing to his strengths. He's been on the roll this quarter, really leading the way for his team right now.
Love with the screen on Bird. George double teamed. Open shot. Love. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. And that's 12 points for Love. 13 feet away. Len with the block. Nobody near George. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. Bucks leading by 5. Passes it to Archibald. Screened by Russell. Tries from 10. They get it again. Tries again. And another basket for Milwaukee.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
It's a pick by Love. Westbrook kicks to Len. Love against Bird. Kevin Love again. Love's got 8 here in the quarter.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
That one goes. Count it. And the Bucks lead by 7.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Yeah, he's clicking right now, and at the right time too, Greg. I mean, playing with a bunch of confidence in this fourth quarter. Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Bird outside. Rodman sets a screen. They set the pick. Russell passes to Bird. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
Another one. Man, he's just gotten into a great rhythm out there.
And I'll tell you what, Greg, once he finds that rhythm, he's hard to guard. Shots come easy for him.
In the corner, George with it. Shoots over Bird. It's hauled in by Bird. Bucks leading by 8. Down low, here's Redick. Great play by Bird to set it up. Bird's got 5 assists in the game.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Larry Bird.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hi, guys. During the break, I was able to catch the message Atlanta's coach gave to his team. He warned them they've got to get back in transition. He said they've given up way too many fast break points, and he said we have to slow the pace of the game down and force them into taking some tough shots. Kevin?
There's the pick. Screened by Russell. Bird against George. Here's Rodman. Got a piece of it. Now here's Westbrook. Len sets a screen for Westbrook. Kicks it to Len. Out of bounds. Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, the thing they did there, Greg, clogged up the passing lanes, playing them beautifully and making things hard for the opponent. That's really good defense.
Here's Pettit. Rodman covering. Here's George.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Redick with the 3. Redick can't get that one to fall.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Westbrook dishes to Miller. The first one falls. Both free throws good for Miller.
Well, I tell you what, like how cool and collected he was getting the job done at the line in this one.
Screened by Russell. Bird, the pass to Archibald. And it's off from three-point range.
Defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
Right side Russell. Bird outside. Here's Archibald. He's covered by Westbrook. Westbrook with the block. Here's George. The shot that time, not on target. Rodman with the defensive effort. Bird with it. George picks him up. George against Bird. Russell, a screen on George. Right side Rodman. Tipped away. And here we go with Miller running up the court. That three off the mark.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
Russell, a screen on George. Here's Bird, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Alex Len picks one up.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Miller against Reddick. Len, a screen. Westbrook passes to Pettit. A second chance effort. Bird pulls it in. Bird's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Archibald. 59 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Goes up on the high post. Jump shot is good that time.
Timeout.
Archibald's got 34 points.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Milwaukee.
One area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And tonight, you know, they took the time needed, made the plays they had to, and that's why they're going up 1-0 in their 3-game season series against Atlanta.
Here's the screen. The pass to Pettit. The Hawks again can't hit.
Like the shot selection. They couldn't cash in with no defense in the area, but still, they'll take that shot every day and for a month of Sunday.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
As long as required, Greg. I mean, you can tell they want to put this thing to bed.
Kuzi passes to Lee. Here's Vandeweghe. Rodman covering. Shot to stop the run. That one good for 2. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were